Hey Marvel fans! Spoilers for Thor 2, including the new trailer, plus spoilers for the Iron Man 3 post-credits scene, Avengers 2, and how Tom Hiddleston's character ties it all together. 2013 is the summer of awesome, and it all begins now. Hey everybody, lots of spoilers and a big summer announcement. I'll be talking about Thor 2, including spoilers for the new trailer, Avengers 2, the Iron Man 3 post-credits scene, and my big summer of awesome announcement at the end of the video, so be sure and stick around. There are two big Marvel movies in 2013, including Iron Man 3 and Thor the Dark World. Marvel is using this year to kick the shit out of its pantheon of superheroes. After leaving all these characters on a high note after the Avengers, how do you bring them back to reality? Will you tear them down? Iron Man goes all Howard Hughes, and Thor gets himself into a Mexican standoff that Clint Eastwood would have trouble shooting his way out of. So Thor 2 is a Vikings-esque World War II film. Thor finds himself in a Mexican standoff war with two other armies, one led by Christopher Eccleston and Mr. Echo from Lost. You remember him? He is super freaky. The title of the movie, The Dark World, comes from Christopher Eccleston's homeworld, Svartheim. The movie picks up 1 year after the Avengers, and Christopher Eccleston has been waging a war with Thor. Eventually, he gets his ass handed to him by Curse, played by Mr. Echo's character, and as Thor is getting dragged off the battlefield, the Marauders begin to attack Asgard. The only way out of this scenario is for Thor to partner up with Loki, who's been in prison since the end of Avengers. We already know what the scene between Thor and Loki is going to be like just because it's been in the trailer description that Marvel's released. This doesn't necessarily make Loki's character good, but he will continue to fight with Thor and the other good superheroes through Avengers 2. I'll talk more about that during my Avengers 2 spoilers at the end of the video, so be sure and stick around. Next up are spoilers for the trailer.
You'll never see me coming.
If you remember the first Iron Man 3 teaser, we got shots of all the villains and all the superhero characters. It didn't give us a lot of story, but we did see the Mandarin, we saw the new Iron Man suit, some of the new tech, and a few of the major action set pieces. So the Thor 2 teaser that's going to be coming out next week will be just like that. That means we'll get some money shots of the villains. We'll also see Anthony Hopkins, Natalie Portman, and Zachary Levi. Obviously, some of the action set pieces we'll probably see bits of in the teaser include Agbahe handing Thor his ass, the Marauders attacking Asgard, and maybe even a battle with the Dark Elves. Just based on the running time of the film, you can expect that the alliance with Loki, where the battle will start to turn around in the hero's favor, will probably come somewhere towards the end of the first hour of the movie. That means we'll spend the first couple acts of the movie getting to know Eccleston and Agbahe's Dark Elf characters, and learning about what this conflict is really all about. If you remember in the first Thor film, Loki referenced all the back doors and hidden passageways in Asgard. They shot a large portion of the film underground, so obviously a lot of those scenes are actually on the Dark Elves' homeworld, but you can also expect them to take place underneath Asgard too. The director of the film is coming from Game of Thrones, so you can really expect this film to feel much more grounded in Norse mythology. Think of it like a Game of Thrones episode with more lightning bolts and laser beams. The jury's still out on sex position and brothels, but hey, the Warriors 3 have to get shore leave sometime. That brings us to the Thor 2 credits scene. So this is all speculation, but they did shoot some footage at Stonehenge, and obviously Thor, being very grounded in mythology, is much closer to magic than any other Marvel property. So you can expect that Doctor Strange will actually be the post-credits teaser in this movie. A lot of people were speculating that it might be Iron Man 3 because of the Stephanie Szostak character connection, but personally I think Thor is a much better place for Doctor Strange to be introduced. That brings us to the Iron Man 3 post-credit scene. So I expect a lot of these post-credit teasers during Phase 2 to follow the same logic. Based on Marvel's release schedule, Guardians of the Galaxy is the first new characters coming along next year, so I expect them to be the post-credits teaser in Iron Man 3. That doesn't necessarily mean that Robert Downey Jr. will fly into space and meet them, but that does mean that the idea of the Guardians of the Galaxy will be teased. The idea that it's the Guardians in the post-credits teaser also fits thematically with Iron Man's character arc in this film. The Guardians are also an in to the Avengers 2 villain, Thanos, the Infinity Gauntlet, and Loki. So the big deal of the Avengers is getting those Infinity Gems back from Thanos, and Loki is going to help everyone, including the Guardians and new characters Ant-Man and Doctor Strange. Obviously, Marvel wouldn't introduce these characters with their own films if they weren't going to be a part of Avengers 2 as well. Even though the Tesseract or the Cosmic Cube got taken back to Asgard at the end of Avengers, you can expect that to be a part of Avengers 2 story as well, including maybe even Thor the Dark World. I would even venture to guess that that is what Marauders are attacking Asgard for. Back to Tom Hiddleston. Like a lot of character arcs, you can expect his arc to come back around full circle. Although the exact story isn't known, you can probably expect Loki to try and make a play for those Infinity Gems. He plays a mean game of chess.
And then to be reminded what real power is.
Well, let me know if real power wants a magazine or something.
Another big part of Avengers 2 is going to be the Hulk. There will be a future Hulk film. It will take place on Earth. It's unlikely that it'll be Planet Hulk just because it's so expensive to do a movie completely in outer space. Although Marvel does want to push towards a Planet Hulk movie, they have to start small first, which means that he will slowly and slowly have to get to the point where everyone else will basically want to kick him off the planet. So you can expect Mark Ruffalo's Hulk to be a much bigger part of Avengers 2. So big announcement, this Thor trailer and the Iron Man 3 movie are starting off my summer of awesome. I'll be covering big movie news and spoilers every Friday. So if there's anything you want to hear about or any big movies that you want spoilers for, let me know. Next Friday, I'll be talking about the villains in Guardians of the Galaxy and spoilers for Star Trek Into Darkness and Star Trek 3. Subscribe to get that video. I'll also be uploading my Doctor Who Episode 4 video this Sunday and my Game of Thrones Episode 4 video this Monday. In the meantime, you can click here to watch my old Avengers 2 spoiler video and here to watch the Catching Fire teaser again. Thanks for watching. See you on Sunday for Doctor Who. Bye!